Hey, so I wanted to say before I start that um, for any survivors who might be listening to this, watching this video, I just want to put like a trigger alert here that some of the stuff I'm going to be talking about this evening might cause some anxiety. So I just want to put that out there for folks who may be used to my funny, silly videos. All right, so my friend Sonya Renee Taylor, who's a poet and also an author through Girl Child Press, Facebook page called The Body Is Not an Apology. And it's her attempt to get folks to love their bodies, to reconcile whatever they felt around their body. And it's not necessarily about a weight issue, just like you have a mole in the center of your head, we hate it, sort of thing. And she's been encouraging folks to just love their bodies, write poems to their bodies, do something radical when it comes to loving their bodies. So she has started a RUHCUS, which is a radical unapologetic healing challenge for us for the month of July, it seems. And she decided that her RUHCUS was going to be that she was going to shave her head. Sorry about that. That she was going to shave her head, clean shave it, not like cut it like this, completely bald shave it, because she's had a lifelong upset with her hair, and not in sort of like, oh, my hair is nappy sort of way, but in a sort of when she was really young, she started to lose the edges of her hair and like a deep receding hairline basically, and kids at school teased her, of course, and they're mean and stinky little kids, really made her feel bad about something she couldn't control. She was losing her hair. And as a result, she has all these awesome, fabulous wigs, but the wigs are not only a way to sort of express her sort of fabulousness, but a way to cover something up that she's been ashamed of for the majority of her life. So she decided to cut her hair off, all of it. So what does that have to do with me? Well, while I was watching this video of Sonya sort of talk about this and read some of the comments that folks had about her doing this radical, unapologetic healing ceremony for her head, some of my stuff started to come up and triggering some thoughts I had around feelings I've had about my body. And I'm not talking about my weight, because, we talked about that for 100 million videos at this point. I'm specifically talking about my body. And this is actually really difficult for me to share, and I'd rather actually show you my back fat, but I feel like I need to just say this for myself and for anybody else who might need to hear this. And feel free to share this video with somebody who you think might need to see it as well. So here's the deal. So the last time I was completely in love with my body, I was 13 years old. It was a bright, sunny summer day. I was wearing a two-piece yellow bikini, not a string bikini, like an appropriate two-piece bikini for a 13-year-old girl. But my body had started to develop, and I had a pretty solid rack on me for a 13-year-old, and a booty. I was a black girl, And I'd gone to the pool to hang out with the rest of the 13 and teenagers and little people there. And when I jumped into the pool, 3 boys assaulted me, attempting to pull off my top to see what was underneath it, obviously, curiosity in the most inappropriate way, and nobody attempted to stop them. I had to basically fight them off and stop them from tearing off my top. The lifeguard sort of watched from his perch. At the time, I was thinking he was a grown-up, when in retrospect, he was just a 16-year-old who was probably curious to see what would happen as well. So I fought the boys off and got out of the pool, and that was the very last time I wore that bikini. In fact, I've never worn a bikini since that day. And I could have long, many more times after that. I didn't destroy my body so much later. But I did make a decision that day. I don't know if it was a conscious one, but I'm very aware that that particular event in my life informed some choices I made. For me, being fat, carrying all this weight, has been an intentional act. It's been a way to protect me, and like thousands and thousands and thousands of girls and women who have been assaulted, I'm not unique in that regard, unfortunately. I chose believing that if I covered myself with fat, that I wouldn't be attractive to people, and that I would be safe that way. Unfortunately, that particular event was sort of the needle or the straw that broke the camel's back. I've been molested before that by people that I trusted, and been given the sort of, I guess, belief that my body wasn't my own. And so this decision to cover it with fat was the way that I was going to keep it. And if you were going to interact with me, that's because you've gotten through all the fat to get to learn who Michelle is and to love her, and if you want to be sexual with her. Now, I'm going to pause here because everybody who might feel compelled to say, oh, Michelle was molested and attacked and that's why she's a lesbian, that is not true. So I wanted to stop here and set that aside. By the time that event happened at the pool, I was well aware that I was attracted to girls, and so that a moment had nothing to do with the moment I'm talking about now. So back to my body as it is now. It's really hard for me to have people see me, and you would think that's insane to say that when I'm 5'11", this big black girl, and here I am just taking up tons of space. But I really downplay by my dress and the way I carry myself and how I tend to only want to be in small packs with people to diminish who I am, because the cruel joke is that I am obviously big. So I would say that putting on this weight was an intentional act to protect myself. I've actually tried to lose this weight before, and in reality, losing weight is not that hard. It's diet and exercise. That's what works for me, because the fact that my body shouldn't be there. It's not a hormonal thing. It's not a thyroid thing. It's not a medication thing. I'm intentionally eating to keep the weight on my body, on my frame. I attempted to lose this weight before and actually lost 80 pounds and got really scared. I started to get attention from men that felt unsafe, and people in your personal space without asking you. And the moment people could see me, they started to encroach in my personal space, and I wasn't strong enough, or I didn't know what to say, and that felt really threatening to me. So literally quickly put the weight right back on. So here I am again, attempting to do this again, to take care of my body. I'm getting older. Last time I tried to lose weight, I was in my 20s, and now I'm in my 40s, and I know that I'm going to pay some health penalties here if I don't get the weight off. But I recognize after losing the first 50 pounds, I can feel my anxieties going up. I can feel that it should be so much easier to put the weight back on and just deal with the consequences, because there is a great deal of anxiety with being seen, because I don't know if I have the skill set yet, still at 40 plus, to get people not to interact with me in inappropriate ways. So, and this is scaring me to death to share all this. And Sonya says, if it's scaring you, then that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So Sonya, thank you for that bit of advice. So that's going to be my radical, unapologetic healing challenge for myself, that I'm going to keep pushing through, and I'm going to lose the rest of the weight, that I'm going to practice being seen, that I'm going to put people in their place when they attempt to interact with me inappropriately, and to assume that my body is their body to do what they want to do. For anybody who's listening to this, who might be, especially young girls, tell somebody, don't walk around with this. My problem is, by the time that pool situation happened, a family member had already molested me, and so I sort of resigned myself to that sort of how people were going to treat me, and the only way I could protect myself was physically protecting myself. So I say all that to say, take care of yourself, love your body, take care of yourself. You deserve to take up as much room as you want. So thanks for listening, and yeah, okay, I'm done. Breathe out. Let me go wash some dishes. I'll talk to you guys later.